Hello, everybody. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 27 of our favorite and the greatest comeback albums of all time. We're looking back on music history and finding our 30 favorite albums, because we got 30 days here in the month of April. Bands that made these great comebacks, right? Long time away, broke up, reunited many years later, first album back, boom. It's as if they never left. Maybe they lost a founding member, either member leaves or passed away, right? Replaced them with someone else, and boom, great comeback, coming back from that adversity, right? Or maybe they had an album or two or three, critically, commercially, big major disappointments, and then they got back to basics and knocked it out of the park on a future release, right? All sorts of comebacks, right? Reasons for comebacks. Today, this is a great comeback for me. This particular album was released October 2nd, 2013, produced by Dario Molo for Listenable Records. This is the band's third album, but first in many, many years. So 2013, first album since 1987. And since their debut in 1984, many, many years later, right? Life Sentence by Satan. New wave of British heavy metal veterans, right? They burst on the scene in the early 80s alongside all those other bands, right? Hot on the heels of Iron Maiden and Saxon and Diamond Head and so on and so forth. They released that debut album, Court in the Act, which a lot of people, myself included, rate very highly amongst a lot of those early new wave of British heavy metal albums. But then they didn't release another album for a couple of years. Then they put out another one later in the 80s, which really wasn't all that good, not really that well received, and then disappeared for decades. Guys in the band did other things, but they finally decided to come back and release this masterful album, which arguably is better than anything that they ever did before. And I really love the debut album. This is terrific. I would say that Satan have released better albums later in their career, because they've got a handful of them now since this reunion album. Kick-ass. Brian Ross on vocals, Steve Ramsey guitar, Russ Tippins on guitar, Sean Taylor on drums, and Graham English on bass. Like I said, produced by Dario Molo. This is just absolutely amazing. Twin guitar, new wave of British heavy metal. It's melodic, great vocals, loads of cool guitar. Sorry for all the banging. I'm having a new roof put in, so there's all sorts of stuff going on here this morning. And just, kind of speedy, thrashy type stuff, but always very, very melodic. And like I said, if you like really early Iron Maiden, I think you'll love Satan. It's very, very similar type stuff, the way the kind of like the progressive-minded arrangements, very tight, but lots of weaving guitars and things, and just very, very melodic vocals, lots of galloping rhythms and whatnot. You got Time to Die on here. 2025 is a killer song. Cenotaph might be one of my favorites on the album. Absolutely amazing. Siege of Mentality. Incantations, another really, really great track. Testimony, Tears of Blood. The title track, Life Sentence, is really good too. And these guys write very concise songs. 3, 4, 5 minutes, that's it. They don't really very rarely get over that. Personal Demons, another really good one, and they finish it off with the longest track on the album at just over 6 minutes, is Another Universe. Really, really good stuff here, and all of their album covers have a very, very similar look and feel. I pulled one of their other ones, which is Cruel Magic, which, not their next album, but the one after that, and they've got another one. They've, like I said, released a handful since they reunited a little over a decade ago. So, yeah, this is great stuff. Like I've said this before, I'll say it again. Don't be set aside and turned away by the name of the band, because their music is very, very accessible metal. If you like I said, if you like the early Iron Maiden stuff, you'll really dig these guys. Really, very, very melodic, hard charging, speedy dual guitar metal with really good vocals, and just great stuff. So that's my pick for today. Life Sentence by Satan. And we'll see you tomorrow for Pick 28. We only have a few days left before we move into another month of Forgotten Favorites. First time, speaking of comebacks, the great comebacks of all time, the comeback month of Forgotten Favorites, as we're going to look back at some of my favorites, some more obscure and underrated stuff from over the years, right? Starting from the 60s, going all the way up to modern day stuff that people just, the masses just never caught on. maybe very limited releases, but very, very cool albums in all the different genres, metal and prog and hard rock and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's coming up starting on the 1st of May, which is right around the corner. So until then, visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts, and please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. You guys may not hear it, but all I'm hearing is banging and banging and banging, right? So, but anyway, we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Coming up on the channel later today, we've got, of course, the review crew, Jamie Laszlo and company. Got all sorts of cool stuff they're going to be talking to you about. That's happening this evening. Jamie Laszlo and I will also be doing another show this weekend that will be talking all about some bands that have appeared on the scene post the year 2000 that we now deem, now that we're 20-something years into this, new era, that we look at and love just as much as some of the classic bands, right? So classic bands that we love that have formed and started releasing albums since the 2000s. So that's coming up tonight as well. In addition, we've got Ranking the Albums tomorrow. I will be ranking the catalog of Mr. Steve Vai. Yes, gunslinger, guitar slinger, extraordinaire, virtuoso. How many albums is it? 11 albums? Something like that. I'll be ranking all of them. And that's coming up tomorrow. So till then, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. Have a good one. Bye-bye.